A large army with an elephant marching through Arabia for one and only one reason. Hi, this is Mohammed Al-Harthi, and this is Mohammed telling you the story of Mohammed. Hey there, history nerds, or I hope you are, and I'm not the only one here. Arabia has two major powers, the Byzantine Empire and the Persian Empire. The Byzantine Empire dominated by the Christian religion, and the Persian Empire dominated by the Zoroastrianism, which basically people who worship fire. Probably I butchered the pronunciation. But yeah, you guessed it right, those are not the only dominant powers in the area. If we looked at south of Arabia, there is the Aksum Kingdom, which were also a Christian kingdom, and they were an ally with the Byzantine Empire. So let's talk a bit about Aksum Kingdom. After they conquered Yemen, Abraha, Abrahamus knows in Latin, or in Arabic Abraha al-Ashram, was assigned as a vassal over the new territory, which were previously ruled by the Himyarite Jew king Dunawas. It didn't last long. Abraha revolted and he took Sana'a as his capital in Yemen. Then give and take, this and that happened, and he ended up submitting to the king of Aksum, but he kept his title as a king. So Arab did not really like Abraha ruling them because he was not one of them basically. They decided to leave Sana'a, so that affected the trade and the business in Sana'a. So he wanted to get the money back, and luckily for him, the Byzantine Empire, which was his ally, and the Persian Empire were in a conflict. So the Byzantine Empire was trying to dominate the trading route in the area, and a lot of the Arabs were trading with the Persian. So what he did was trying to subject those Arab tribes to basically do the business with him and the Byzantine Empire instead of doing it with the Persian Empire. Abraha started his campaign to submit those Arab tribes. He went there to subject the tribes of Banu Amr and some other small tribe, and all of this was recorded in Mregan in one of the inscriptions in there. Alright, why this is very important? This is important because there is a historical debate whether Abraha actually made it to Mecca or he died 3 years after his first campaign. So I believe that he made it to Mecca because there is another inscription that they found that says that he actually had another campaigns after the first campaign. So that means he did more than just dying after he went back to Sana'a from his first mission. So now Abraha tried to convince Arab to pull the business toward him, but it didn't really work. Why? Because of Mecca. Mecca was the religious and the trade center of Arabia. So what did he do? He built a church in Sana'a and he called it Qullais to bring the Arab trade toward him. Al-Qullais is the church Abraha built in Sana'a in Yemen. But guess what? It didn't work because Arabs are Arabs. So what he did next? Went to plan B. What was plan B? Plan B was to start a campaign against Mecca, just like what he did with all other Arabs. So his reason was not really a religious reason, it was just a money flow reasons. That's why he wanted to attack Mecca. What they did was staging someone taking a dump at the Qullais, the church, and then he was being like, oh, they offended me, they offended my religion, they offended my God, so I'm gonna go and attack them. It worked for him. He got his army ready and he started marching toward Mecca. A large army, led by an elephant, marching through Arabia for one and only one reason, is to destroy the Kaaba in Mecca. Before Abraha's army got to Mecca, they found a bunch of camels and they captured them. And those camels belonged to a man named Abdulmutallab. Abdulmutallab is the Prophet Muhammad's grandfather. Who is this Abdulmutallab guy, you ask? Glad you asked. Abdulmutallab is the grandfather of Muhammad. So when Abdulmutallab heard that his camels are captured by Abraha, he went to him asking for his camel. And when he came asking for his camel, Abraha was shocked and he was like, you came asking me about your camels and you left this house that is yours and your father's faith. Basically, are those camels more important than the house that is your father's and yours faith? Like, do you care about the camels more than your faith? Abdulmuttalib was a really wise man, and he replied to him by those simple few words. I am the Lord of my camels, so I ask about my camels. As for the house you mean, it has a Lord that protects it. But Abraha did not listen to those wise words of advice, and he kept his mind about going and destroying the Kaaba. When he finally started marching toward the Kaaba, God sent birds with the small stones of sijil. Basically, sijil mean a baked clay. Those birds came and started throwing those stones on Abraha's army.
Round one, fight!
These birds forced the army to back up and abort the mission. And this have been recorded in the Quran in Surah number 105. Have you not considered, O Muhammad, how your Lord dealt with the companions of the elephant? Did he not make their plan into misguidance? And he sent against them birds and folks, striking them with stones of hard clay, and he made them like eaten straw. So some historian and historical records show that Abrahamus or Abraha died back in Sana'a with a virus or a disease that makes his flesh fall down like an eaten straw. And a lot of Muslim historians suggest that those stones made of clay, they had some kind of virus in them, and this virus was the cause of Abraha disease that killed him. After this event, Abdulmutallab gained more respect among people of Mecca, and people of Mecca gained more respect among the Arabs. And this year, the Arab called it the year of the elephant, and it's the same year the Prophet Muhammad was born. Thank you everyone for watching. If you like the video, please consider to like and subscribe the video and share it among your friends. Let them know a little bit more about this story from a historical aspect, not from a religious aspect. Big thanks to my friends Mohammed and Pam Akakpo for collecting the materials and translating some of the materials to a language that I can read and understand, and I can convert it to a video. And thanks for Anas for being behind the camera and helping me filming this. Thank you all for watching again, and see you next time with a different story.